It's just too sweet. What is up, guys? Your boy, the healist of Balor, Sim Balor, Prince Balor. I think you should all know the rest by now. If you don't know the rest, I don't know what the heck you're doing here. I just realized my shirt is on freaking backwards, so let me turn it around before I start the video. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, one of the most greatest, well, I wouldn't say greatest, but one of the most, yeah, but they were greatest factions in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Bullet Club. And I want to talk about how I discovered the Bullet Club, my favorite members, past members, all that stuff. So I decided to go on here and talk, a little bit of the Bullet Club. Last time I talked about the Bullet Club, I looked at their history, their reaction video to their history, all that stuff, and the upcoming and the upbringing of everybody, and how they formed, how the faction was, created, and you all know that how it was all, you all know how it happened, man. Prince Devitt, baby, Prince Devitt, and his heel turn on Ryusuke Taguchi. On April 7th, surprisingly, on my birthday, Prince Devitt turned heel, and Balak Fale was introduced, and then Carl Anderson, all that, man, it just all came into play, and then the club was born, and what a ride. It's been 7 years, man. It's been 7 years, 13 years, 2013, I mean. It's been 7 years since 2013. It's really insane about how far this group has come. Now, obviously, there's been lots of changes, lots of ups and downs in the club, and currently the current version of the club, I'm not really a very big fan of. Period. I don't really care for this current version of the Bullet Club. I'll get to that when I talk about the members and all that stuff. I'm not gonna talk about the past. Oh, I'll talk a little about the past. I was gonna talk about how I found the Bullet Club, all that stuff. How I got to be introduced to them. So my first introduction to the Bullet Club was around 2014. And I stumbled upon them by accident because I was searching up AJ Styles in New Japan. I saw AJ Styles went to New Japan, and also this is their anniversary. 7 years of the Bullet Club. Happy anniversary to the Bullet Club. Too sweet, all that stuff. That's why you're here. So I was first introduced to the Bullet Club in 2014. AJ Styles came up, New Japan Pro Wrestling, attacked Okada, all that stuff. Claimed his state to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I remember him taking off the jacket and stuff, and I see this shirt, and I'm like, the Bullet Club. I'm like, what is this shirt? I'm like, Bullet Club. I'm like, what the heck is this? And pretty much from there forward, I mean, I had to do my, I didn't know who they were. I'm like, who's this Bullet Club? Like, is this a stable? That was my first thought. I was like, this is probably some stable or something like that. And I saw Battle Fale in the ring, and this was the night, actually, surprisingly, Prince Devitt actually left the company. So, yeah, the night I was introduced to Bullet Club was the night that Prince Devitt, left, which is really bizarre. Because the next year I found out about Finn Balor and stuff. So, oh, you're not a real Finn Balor fan? Shut up. Anyways, after that, it was pretty much AJ Styles who introduced me to the Bullet Club, and I got to look at all of his matches in New Japan. And I got familiar with all of them, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, the Young Bucks, obviously. I knew the Young Bucks from TNA, all that stuff. That's where I knew the Bucks from. I was introduced to them through Impact Wrestling, all that stuff. Carl Anderson I was very new to. I didn't know who he was. There was Doc Gallows, obviously. There was just so many people who I was not familiar with. And I'm like, who the heck are these people? And I saw, the whole machine gun thing, this right here, I was very interested in that. I'm like, what is this stuff? Like, this is like their mannerism, this is like their whole shtick here. And basically, I was like very entranced with this group, and I immediately thought to myself, this is a badass group. This is a great group, and I'm very interested. I want to get to know more about them. And I did my research, obviously. Of course, AJ Styles won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. The only reason I was introduced to New Japan was because of AJ Styles. So that's the main reason I found out about the Bullet Club was because of AJ Styles. So, um, I was the first match I believe of Bullet Club I ever saw was what's some match with AJ Styles and the Young Bucks? I can't remember. It was in Ring of Honor. I can't remember which match it was. It was in Ring of Honor, and I was introduced to them. Well, at least a little bit of that through their matches, all that stuff. At least them as a group. I was not familiar with all that stuff. I'm trying not to go off track here, but I have bad memory right now. It's been a long time since I've looked at the current incarnation, all that stuff. But that's pretty much how I found the Bullet Club. And I did, obviously, with the whole Prince Devitt thing, I knew about him, the next year and all that stuff. I did my research about him, and, obviously Finn Balor, whatever. And here we are now in 2020, and they're still going strong, obviously, man. But, like, I remember the members, like, being just so random. Like, everyone would just, get initiated or wherever, they would just randomly join the group. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is awesome. I remember when Adam Cole joined the group. I think the first time I saw Adam Cole was when he got introduced to the Bullet Club. And when he interrupted the Ring of Honor World Title match, I can't remember what match it was, but he interrupted the match. and he was introduced. Yo, Adam Cole, baby. My name is Adam Cole, baby. And that's how I was introduced to Adam Cole and him in Bullet Club. I was really not interested in Adam Cole in Bullet Club. I thought it was very stale. I thought he was very out of place in my opinion in Bullet Club. But it's just he was just once I get to the members, I'll talk about the members. He was I mean, excuse me. Let me try that again. Bullet Club lost their shine when AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson or Carl. Excuse me. The Bullet Club lost its shine when. Let me try that again. The Bullet Club lost their style when they lost AJ, Luke, Carl, and replaced them with Cody. Yeah, that's when the Bullet Club kind of lost their stick with me was when they introduced the whole thing with Kenny and the Bucks. But I'll get to that. So that's pretty much how I was really off track. But my apologies, guys. But that's how I really was introduced to the Bullet Club. And ever since then, I mean, I really have been a big fan. Just not a big fan of the current version. The last three versions are pretty good. I'll go over like who I like in the club, all that stuff. All my favorite members so far. Even the past members, obviously. So let's get started here. The current members, I'll talk about the current members first. Let's go with Battle at Fale, obviously the original member. I think he's cool. Been there since May 3rd, obviously. It's been like, holy crap, like, this has been like, today's the day, literally. This is the day that the club was formed. It's just insane. He's been there all this time, 7 years. It's been crazy. And he's done very well from what I've seen. I don't watch New Japan anymore. I barely watch it nowadays, so trying to catch up. But yeah, Chase Owens, I know about him. He's cool. El Phantasma, I know who he is definitely. I remember seeing a match with him and Will Ospreay, and he immediately caught my attention. He's kind of like a hybrid version of Will Ospreay and Prince Devitt. He has the lab jacket, he has the charisma of Prince Devitt, but he also flies, and I love it. He's amazing. Gato, obviously, he's cool. Obviously, the Booker of New Japan, former mentor and sidekick of Okada. Joined Bullet Club 2 years ago. Pretty cool. I thought it was awesome. He's doing pretty good. Who else we got here? Jado. I think that's Gato's brother. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's Gato's brother. Haku. I can't pronounce some of these names. I apologize. How cool. Can't pronounce that guy's name, but I don't know who that is. Kenta, obviously former Hideo Itami. He's when he joined the club last year, I was really surprised. Like, okay, this is new. Obviously, he wasn't doing very well as a babyface, so why not just turn a meal? And it was pretty cool, man. Great to see him in there, and he's doing pretty good things. I believe he just fought recently. I mean, it was like 3 months ago, I believe. He fought for the IWGP and the Intercontinental title, so it's pretty cool. Doing pretty good well for himself. Taiji Ishimori, I know who he is. Tama Tonga, obviously I know who he is. Tangalars, I obviously know who he is. Yujiro Takahashi, I remember when he debuted. He debuted the night AJ Styles won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship for the first time. I remember that. So that was pretty fun. I remember that. That was the second year, second anniversary of the Bullet Club, or first anniversary of the Bullet Club. So pretty cool day. I remember that. And obviously the leader Jay White. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not a fan of Jay White. I can't stand him. I think he's good as the leader. I mean, actually, I'll go on by who I like as leader in a few minutes, but Jay White, I just don't like Jay White. I apologize. If I offend anybody, if I ruffle any feathers, oh, why don't you like Jay White? I just find him bland, boring, and generic. I don't like Jay White. I just don't. I'm sorry. Now onto the former members. Let's kick it off here. Adam Cole, baby. I remember he was in Bullet Club. Decent member. Meh. Didn't really do anything. Didn't get over in Japan. He was okay. AJ Styles, obviously, he was the reason I got into Bullet Club. Good day. I remember, obviously, I just explained to you. Excuse me. I just explained to you guys how we got in and all that stuff. He was a really good leader. He was obviously the leader of the new Ring of Honor version. The Ring of Honor version. I don't want to get this mixed up. I don't want to make any fans angry. I think he was the leader of the Ring of Honor version. He fully took over as the official leader of New Japan in late 2014. So, if I get it wrong, I apologize. Amber Gallows, don't really remember any of her shtick. I mean, she was only there for a cup of coffee. Bone Soldier, he was a badass. Bone Soldier was freaking badass. Brandy Rhodes, don't remember. Cody, they only brought Cody in to get more exposure, I guess. Cody really did, in my opinion. Cody kind of ruined Bullet Club, in my opinion. I'll talk about who else ruined Bullet Club in a few minutes. I think you know who I'm talking about. But Cody really, in my opinion, was just there. He didn't really do that much, in my opinion. I mean, he was the IWGP 96 champion, the NWA World Champion, but we don't really call about that in New Japan, I guess. Obviously, he was the guy in there, caused the rift between the Bucks and Omega and all that stuff, but I'll get to them. Cody Hall, I don't remember him. Doc Gallows, obviously we know him right now as Luke Gallows, or now I guess he's going back as Doc Gallows because he's, I guess, sent back to Japan, so that's pretty too sweet. Uh, I'm forgetting some people. I'm not gonna go through everybody. Hangman Page, pretty cool. Jeff Jarrett was in there for a cup of coffee. Who else we got here? Carl Anderson, obviously the second leader of the Bullet Club when Prince Devitt left, and I actually did not know that when he left for when Prince left for WWE and all. So I did not know that Carl Anderson became the leader. I was like, okay, who took over? Like, there's no leader. I'm like Carl Anderson. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, I won't go through everybody. The Young Bucks, the Young Bucks were pretty cool when they brought them in the Bullet Club, and obviously they had a play, and obviously in Devitt leaving, obviously they turned on Devitt. And with the Bullet Club, the thing I like about the Bullet Club is like whenever they kick out the a leader or somebody like that, it's pretty funny. Like though, the Bucks really didn't get kicked out. It was pretty funny. They just obviously left. Same with Kenny. So it's pretty funny how the leaders pretty much the former a leader who, for example, they turned on Devitt, they turned on AJ, and it's so funny. I mean, I just love how the Bucks were playing a hand in most of these guys leaving the club. It was so freaking cool. Obviously, holy crap! Like here we are, Prince Devitt, obviously. Finn Balor, the first leader, obviously the original leader of the club. I mean, his leadership was really good. It was really good. It really wasn't memorable. I mean, he fought for the IWGP United States. Oh, my bad. The IWGP World Title didn't win, obviously. Real rock and roller, obviously. The light up jacket, the badass mannerisms, man. He just had it all. Prince Devitt had it all, man. I just loved everything about, no pun intended, heel Balor back in New Japan Pro Wrestling, man. He did so well, and I'm so pissed he never got a shot at being world champion. I'm sure he was the IWGP United States. Why do I say the IWGP United States title? The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. My bad. My apologies. I know the titles. My bad. I'm just getting confused. The United States title is so beautiful, by the way, over there, New Japan. I love it. Yeah, man. Who else do we have in there? Obviously, AJ Styles was a good member, good leader. The way they ousted him was so cool. I remember that day. I remember being on Twitter, I believe, is where I was, and just being like, "Wow, okay, they kicked him out." I'm like, "Who's the leader?" I'm like, "Who the heck is the leader?" And they turned out to be Kenny Omega. I know who Kenny Omega was until his match with Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11. So, yeah, I was wow. I'm like, "Who the heck is this Kenny Omega guy?" And dang, he showed me a lot at Wrestle Kingdom with Okada and lots of his matches, man. He is one of the greatest out there, in my opinion. And obviously, there's Jay White as the leader. I don't really care about him. I just explained. I just find him bland, boring, and just generic. And there's any Jay White fans who are triggered by this, tough jizz. I'm sorry. I just don't like Jay White. I despised him as world champion last year. I understand why they did it. I understand they did, because Kenny left, obviously, and New Japan's still pissed at Kenny, apparently. So I understand what they did, why they did what they did, but I'm not a big fan of Jay White. Yeah, man, that's pretty much my whole thing on the Bullet. I just obviously went through the whole history of the Bullet Club, but yeah, that's just my little version of it. Man, if there's anything like the Bullet Club, like I understand people saying the ripoffs of the NWO, that is very true. I think the NWO gave them their blessing to use the Too Sweet and all that stuff, pretty much all their mannerisms, and the whole gang mentality of the Bullet Club. It's like literally, it's like a gang. Like I love it. Like the whole mentality of them just running roughshod and them doing whatever the heck they want. It's perfect. I really, really wish WWE actually just capitalized on it when Gallows and Anderson were there, but you didn't do it, and now they're gone. It pisses me off that you didn't capitalize on it. Yeah, I know you had AJ Styles in there. I understand you had, Finn Balor, those guys, but it's just like you didn't capitalize. You could have brought it all together, but you didn't do it. It still irks me to this day. It's only about 3 weeks. It's crazy, but yeah, man. I'm gonna go by before I get it. I don't know. It's not just me going through everything about the Bullet Club. 7 years, man. It's just crazy. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think of the Bullet Club. How did you get introduced to the Bullet Club? Who's your favorite member of the Bullet Club? But I want to go by leader. Leader by excuse me, leader. Who my favorite leader is. Okay, so from worst to best, I guess. We'll start off with, I guess for me the worst would probably have to be Kenny Omega. And I hate saying that. The only reason I put Kenny Omega at the bottom is because all he cared about basically was the Bucks. All Kenny's club was about was basically the Bucks, and that was it. They made the whole thing about the Elite. That's the only I did not like about Kenny's version of the club. Other than that, he was a very fun leader, but he just cared more about the Bucks than anything else, and the Bucks only cared about Kenny. And that's the one thing that Tama Tonga was, pissed off at, which is understandable. You don't put anyone else before the club. Nobody. And that's why they ousted them. And that's why I guess things happened the way they did. And obviously they came back around, but like Kenny's club just didn't really sit well with me. I did enjoy him, but I just didn't enjoy him as a leader. As a singles wrestler, he was fine. With the Elite, he was fine, but as a leader of the Bullet Club, no. Uh, Coming in at number two, or yeah, number second up, Prince Devitt. Obviously, Prince Devitt. He was. I don't really remember that much. So I don't remember that much of his leadership. But I do remember him being so just badass out there, man. The finger guns, obviously, the real rock and roller. He was the real deal. They never gave him the shot as world champion. I don't really know why. I mean, the guy has it all, in my opinion. I'm not saying it because I'm a Balor fanboy. I'm just saying the guy has it all. The mic skills, besides the accent, obviously. Um, the body. He has the body over there, man. He has the skill. He has the wrestling skills, the wrestling ability, in my opinion. But they never gave him a shot as world champion. It still pisses me off. I only hope one day, once he leaves WWE, because I don't know if he is going to leave WWE. Whatever he has to do, Balor will go back to New Japan and reclaim his spot and become the old member of old Bullet Club. Reclaim his spot as the leader. That'd be so cool. Could you imagine Prince Devitt returning to New Japan and just running roughshod over there, man? Once again, that'd be great. Him dumping Jay White. Uh, Let me see. Jay White, I guess, is next. I mean, from what I've seen, he's been actually. Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna put let me put Jay White. Replace Finn Balor or Prince Devitt with Jay White. Let me everything I said about Finn Balor or Prince Devitt is what Jay White is basically. He's okay. I'm not a big fan. I'm sorry. Okay, Prince Devitt is next, obviously. As I said, man, he's just Prince Devitt. I just talked about him. What am I talking about? Up next, AJ Styles, man. Actually, Carl Anderson. I don't really remember that much of Carl Anderson's run as the leader. I'm probably leaving some members out. My apologies. Or some member or some leader. My apologies. I don't remember that much of his run as the leader because it didn't really last that long apparently. So moving on. If I actually get anything wrong, I apologize once again in advance. Up next, let me rephrase that. Up next, I think the number one for me, man, is AJ Styles. He brought me in the Bullet Club. He's the reason I like Bullet Club, and he was just a fun leader. He was, in my opinion, the best leader of the club. He made the club more recognizable. When Devitt's the one that created the club. When Styles came in and he lifted the club to popularity. He's the reason the club got popular, in my opinion. When you brought Styles in New Japan, when you brought the eyes on Styles in the club, that is when stars were made right there, in my opinion. Styles brought legitimacy to the Bullet Club. My apologies, my speech is really bad nowadays. Legitimacy to the Bullet Club. He brought more eyes to the Bullet Club, in my opinion. He brought more star power to the Bullet Club. He's IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the first one to bring the title to the club. And he just did everything right, in my opinion. And obviously, him being ousted was probably the best moment of his run, in my opinion. I'm kidding, no. His rivalry with Okada was great. His matches were just amazing. There's just so many things I can go into about AJ Styles and the Bullet Club. He brought everything, in my opinion, to the club. He made everything just stand out for me, at least for me as a fan of AJ Styles, and also going into this new stable that I've never heard of. He immediately made me a fan of this group, and it was just, what else can you say, man? He was a good leader. Now, a little one thing, Styles. I don't think anything held Styles down as leader. I mean, people keep getting him mixed up. People. Excuse me. He was obviously the leader, I believe, in Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor version of Bullet Club. He was the leader there, and then he officially took over. I just said this a few minutes ago, but he took over leader officially, I believe, towards the end of 2014. So probably getting that wrong, but my apologies. Um, but yeah, man, I gotta say AJ Styles is probably one of my favorite leaders in the Bullet Club. He just did everything right, in my opinion. And nothing against the other leaders. I think they're gonna do. I think Jay White's doing okay from what I've seen. I mean, he just. I really don't know what else he's done. To be honest with you guys, I just just explained to you guys. I don't know what Jay White is doing. So, my apologies. Oh, he's a WWE fanboy. No, I just don't watch New Japan nowadays. I mean, obviously we can't because what's going on. But we always go back and watch. But I still love the Bullet Club, man. It's been 7 years. It's just crazy that these guys are just going out there kicking ass and all that stuff. And man, it's amazing. I got myself some Bullet Club merch, man. I got Balor Club merch. But I don't have Bullet Club merch, man. Probably get the old school shirt, man. You get the old school and get the hat or whatever. Get me some get me some merch, or whatever, man. And this is just a hell of a 7 years for these guys, and I wish them all the best. Every single one of them, past members, future members, obviously. I wish them all the best. If you guys are big fans of the Bullet Club, yeah, give me a two sweet in the comments down below. And that's all I got, man. That's my thoughts, my opinions, and history, all that stuff on the Bullet Club, man. It's been a hell of a ride for these guys, and these guys just they deserve all the respect, and they got eyes on New Japan, man, even more so. You know what I mean? And I wish all these guys the best. Really, I do. And that's all I got, man. That's the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you did, please two sweet that like button down below. I'm saying two sweet a lot in this video. Subscribe for videos like this one. Follow your boy on Twitter at HeelBalor and Instagram, HeelBalorYT. And I will see you all for the next video. Too sweet. Peace out. Have a great day.